the FBI is serving a search warrant on the former president's residence in Florida. Was the president or anyone at the White House aware of that search warrant, or has anyone at the White House or the president been briefed in the aftermath of that search warrant being executed?
No. The president was not briefed, was not aware of it. No one at the White House was given a heads up. No, that did not happen.
Is the White House at all concerned, given the domestic political climate, but also the signal that it sends to the rest of the world that the Department of Justice carried out this sort of operation on a former president, that it could even be create the appearance of politically motivated prosecutors?
So first off, and you've heard us say this many times at this podium, you've heard the president say this, the Justice Department conducts investigations independently, and we leave any law enforcement matters to them. It would not be appropriate for us to comment on any ongoing investigations. I can say that President Biden has been unequivocal since the campaign. He believes in the rule of law, in the independence of the Justice Department investigations, that those investigations should be free from political influence. Again, this is not something I'm going to comment on today or from here at all. This goes to the Department of Justice, and that's where I refer you to. Again, we're just not going to comment on any ongoing investigations from here. The President and the White House learned about this FBI search from public reports. We learned just like the American public did yesterday, and we did not have advance notice of this activity. That is not, I'll say this again, that's up for the Department of Justice to decide. It is, when it comes to the criminal investigation, it is independent, and they make that decision.
And has the White House been told whether or not Attorney General Garland signed off on the search warrant himself?
We learned about this, the President learned about this just like you all did through the public reports, and we learned about this just like the American people did.
So you don't know whether or not Garland signed off on it?
I don't have anything more to share. So like I said, we did not know about this, and we have not been briefed on this. We learned about this just like the public, just as you all were reporting it through the public reports. This is a criminal investigation that the Department of Justice is running, and I leave it to them to speak to it.
The president is the original classification authority. All of it stems from him personally. He has no specific reaction to the way that classified material was apparently handled in this case?
Again, this is a criminal investigation that the Department of Justice is independently running. We will leave it to them to speak to this.
Once more on this question of the general reaction to what has happened since yesterday. Does the president feel that the FBI's legitimacy in its decision-making, the way that it handled this, is on the line now?
The president has been very clear. I read his quote from when he, on January 7th in 2021, when he nominated Merrick Garland, and how he felt the importance of not politicizing the Department of Justice, the importance of having that independence. And so I leave the quote that I read to all of you just moments ago.
Do you consider Donald Trump to be a political rival of President Biden?
I'm not going to speak to that from here.
Well, you talk about Trump all the time. So do you consider him to be...
I don't talk about Trump all the time.
Consider the president
I'm saying from here, I'm not going to comment on that.
Does the president still want to think that he would be very fortunate to run against Trump in 2024, like he has said before?
Again, I'm not going to comment on...
It's just a quote from the president. In the next election, I'd be very fortunate if I had that same man running against me. Does he still
All I
think
can
that?
tell you, Peter, is that the president intends to run in 2024. First of all, we're just not going to comment on the Department of Justice investigation.
Okay,
we're just not going to comment on that.
Is this administration weaponizing the Justice Department and the FBI against political opponents?
Peter, the president believes in the rule of law. The president believes in the independence of the Department of Justice.
That's a yes or no? Just
No,
is
that
the
is
White House...
no. It's a yes or a no for you. I'm answering the question. You may not like it, but I'm answering the question, and I'm answering the question, and I'm telling you that we are not going to comment on a criminal investigation. The president has been very clear. I laid out what his thoughts were back on January 7th in 2021 about how he saw the Department of Justice. And I'm just going to leave it there. We're not going to comment from here, from this White House, on a criminal investigation that is currently happening.
Is that something the White House would support?
I'm not going to comment on I'm not going to comment on this. I'd refer you to the Department of Justice.
And has the president spoken with the Attorney General today?
I'm just not going to speak further on any conversations. There's no calls for me to preview. Just not going to comment on any ongoing criminal investigations. When it comes to a criminal investigation, that is the Department of Justice to investigate and deal with. We give them their independence on that.
But not clarifying whether or not there would be any sort of briefings, whether any briefings would be made between the Justice Department and the White
No.
House, and whether they would be made public if
No,
those
I mean,
briefings
this is not again, they're independent. We are not involved in their criminal investigation. That is not something that we do here. We give them their independence when it comes to that, and so we leave it to the Department of Justice. So any particulars, any specifics on what they're going to do next, or anything into that fashion, I would refer you to the Department of Justice. Your question is still asking me to comment on what's happening, right? By me answering it is still asking me a question to comment on it. Oh, absolutely. So I'm going to stick to what I've been saying, is that this is a criminal investigation that's independent to the DOJ, and we leave any inquiry, any questions about what is happening to the Department of Justice. I can tell you this: he was not aware of the was it the Mar-a-Lago raid? I don't know what you guys are calling it, before it happened. So I can tell you that did not know. He learned about it really like all of us did. I'm sure maybe someone on his team flagged it for him, but he was not aware. What I can tell you definitively and for sure, he was not aware of this. Nobody in the White House was. We were not given a heads up, and we did not know about what happened yesterday. I'm not going to comment anymore on both of the topics that you just mentioned. The Department of Justice is independent with their criminal investigation. The president has been very clear on that, and I would refer you to the Department of Justice on those two topics that you just brought up.